What's up, everybody? This is the Last Stargazer, Saturn J Blues, and you're looking at a test. This is a test for YouTube and for my own curiosity. This is not a real video. I'm just gonna sit here and yap about a few things as my test. If people want to like, comment, subscribe from my test, by all means, go for it. So first things first on the agenda. Uma Musume. I've been addicted to Uma Musume quite a bit. But I have a question. So like in Uma Musume, and for those that don't know, Uma Musume, Pretty Derby. Okay, so Uma Musume, the brand, is basically anime horse girls that race. That's it. You would say that's a laughable like thing, but you know, best mobile game of 2025 at the Game Awards says different. The addiction that Uma Musume causes is real. It's a real thing. But in the show, like I'm way too deep in there. In the show, Uma Musume, like they're like, Umas can fail from getting into Chasing Academy and they work like part-time jobs. But I'm like, yo, Umas, you know, the horse girls, they are like stronger than humans, stronger than human men, women. They can tank. They could probably tank a car accident. Like they're super powerful. So I'm like, it can't, like, track racing cannot be all there is to it. You know what I mean? There should be an Uma Sport Federation. There should be Uma Soccer, Uma Football, Uma Basketball, Uma Rugby. But you know which one I think will really, like, do numbers? Uma Soccer. Think about it. You have these horse girls that are like stronger and faster than a car, probably stronger than the car, and they can activate skills in real life. Like, did anybody watch Cinegray? Uma Musume Cinegray? Like they had Super Saiyan shit going on in there. It's crazy. They had JoJo Bizarre Adventure levels of stand powers going on. Like Marvelous Sunday can transport people into her dimension. I don't want to hear it. Imagine that in soccer. You'd literally be playing Shaolin soccer every goddamn day. Like there has to be more to it than just racing. Like put them bitches in some sports. Put them in some other sports, and I'm telling you, racing would be the least popular out of the Uma sports. Okay, next thing's next. YouTube. I've been, actually my year, okay, so my year on YouTube is coming up. Like this channel will officially be 1 year old. Am I excited? Yes, I am very, very excited that this will be, you know, my first year as a YouTuber. At 709 subscribers and counting. Like I wish I could say that I'm satisfied, but I'm not. Why? Well, I feel like people are subscribing, you know, but they're not interacting, if that makes sense. Like they're not interacting with, you know, what I'm putting out in terms of like commenting and liking and things like that. Like I'm getting the views, I'm getting the subscriptions, which for some people, that's all that matters. But not me. Not me. Like I said, my goal for YouTube is to have something that will outlive me. Like every day, my neurological disease is getting worse. And I want to be the male version of ironmouse. Where like despite her sickness and everything that's going on with her, she's like the biggest name in VTuber. Now I know that I am a VTuber, but like, I guess I don't act as a VTuber. Really, the only reason I disguise I decided on VTubing is because I don't like showing my face. I like to have some modicum of privacy, but like everything that I talk about, everything that I feel, my voice, I know the last thing is super weird, but I've had people, I used to work in a call center, and people used to think that my voice was pitched down. No, this is my normal voice. I have a voice for radio, I've been told. And I think that's kind of the other reason. When people fill your head up for years, like, yo, you have a voice for radio, you have a voice for radio. It's like, okay, let me do something with that voice then. But truthfully, as I've mentioned on this channel before, I'm a hikikomori, you know? And I'm a hikikomori due to my health. I don't go out. Like the outside, like the closest I get to the outside world is my backyard. And like I interact with my family. Like I'm not as bad as like a lot of other hikikomoris, but I am one. And I never used to be like this, but I am now. And so, especially in the year 2025, have you seen what's going on? Like I may have been like born here legally, but like that shit could change on a dime, you know? Like it's obvious from, you know, you like to look at me, listen to me. Exactly. We all know what I am. Like we've always been a target of shit. So I'm just like waiting on that shoe to drop. But, you know, I am a hikikomori due to my health. It's dangerous out here for a G. So I stay inside. And I think one of the main problems with that is that it's very much what's the best way to put this? Chronically online. Like thankfully I have my wits about me and know how to like separate that shit. But at the same time, when you don't go outside anymore and you don't interact with people, like I have friends, you know, I have a significant other, I have things like that. But that's like before my time as a hikikomori. So the fact that they stuck with me despite that is amazing to me. But like I was saying, I always found that before that, I was very adventurous. I would go to places, I would do things. You know, I like to go to like baseball games, gaming conventions, anime conventions. You know, and I used to like work and have like all these like horrible work stories. But now, you know, even though I still work and everything like that, at least I try to. If like if you guys know like from Mega Man, like the low energy bar, that's pretty much me. So like every video that I do, every stream that I do, like I always have a low energy bar. And depending on how low it is, I'll either do something that day or I don't. Like today is a lucky day because I get to post a video. And sometimes I get enough energy to where I can post my videos in bulk. So that way my channel doesn't die again like it did that month when my health was just like no go. But I always worry because of that, am I boring? Like I'm not very excitable in a sense. Like I could get very excited and I could like ramble and rant and yap about stuff that are like super passionate to me. But at the same time, like outside of that, I've always had like, and this is like literally from like years and years of people telling me this, I have a very like calming effect. So I'm like, should I be a bedtime story person? Like, am I so calming that I'm boring? I don't know. I don't know. And it scares me sometimes. Anyway, I hope you guys like where I am, by the way. I am in the Star of Winter Wonderland. As you can tell, I'm not in my stargazer form. I'm in my human form. My stargazer form comes and goes because I'm not strong enough yet to actually stay in that form permanently. Or, and when I do, it's in my imperfect state. Like, I have to reach my perfect state. So I've been thinking of 2026. Unless the world ends or like the country I'm in goes into another unneeded war or like shit just pops off. I want 2026 to be the year of blues. Meaning I want to be able to post every single day. Even if I record something in bulk, I still want to be able to build that up, you know? So, but it's like, will my health permit it? Permit it? That's the big worrying part. Like, I feel like the only reason I haven't streamed enough is because of my health. But I need to do that because Ironmouse can do that. And I bring up Ironmouse because she's like a big inspiration to me. And I've said this plenty of times. Ironmouse is a huge like thing for me. Because I was there, like, I didn't watch VTubers, but Ironmouse would occasionally cross paths with my YouTube. With my YouTube, sorry, I had to yawn. With my YouTube algorithm. And so, even though I didn't get into VTubing until a certain clock woman, Crony, with her Frostpunk run, like Crony was my introduction. Like Ironmouse was my thing that went, oh, this is a thing. Crony was the one that introduced me. Well, like she was my VTube egg break. Gigi was where I went, yo, this could actually be something. Cecilia was like, Gigi Murin, Cecilia Immergreen. Honestly, all of Hololive Justice. And then Narissa Ravencroft was the one where I went, yo, I've been listening to you for years. I didn't know you were a VTuber. Doki Bird, Mimi Nightmare, and Mint Freak Tomy. No, Mint Fan Tomy are the ones that I watch frequently. Midnight Blazette is one that I watch on Twitch. Actually, shout out to her, by the way. But point is, I went on the thing, but point is, Ironmouse was the one that made me realize that YouTube was a thing. And, you know, hearing her story. Oh yeah, Alicia X Life/Death. She's one I also watch on YouTube. But it depends on what her content, you know? Anyway, but Ironmouse was like someone like that made me aware of YouTubing. And, you know, there was one thing that I watched where she kind of went to her health history, and that was really inspiring for me. So when I made my YouTube channel, it was in part to go, if Ironmouse can do that and be great at it, she doesn't let her, you know, health, you know, hold her back, then why should I? You know, and I like to think it's paid off. I mean, I have 700 and something subscribers. That's better than I had months ago. You know, so I feel like it's working. But again, I don't know because I don't know, you know, I don't get comments or anything like that. That aside, or like consistent likes, but that aside, I want to know what people are interested in. You know, like I said, I'm Hikikomori. And even then, you know, even though I say like I am terminally online, not really. Like I don't have a TikTok. I don't go on Instagram. I'm hardly on Twitch. except to watch, Midnight Blaze at Bully Versus, who's doing more YouTube stuff now. And also Elizabeth Rosebud Flame, or Herb, ERB. I'm hardly on Twitch, and my OG YouTube channel is very curated to like let's plays and sorry about that little pause, but it's very tailored towards like let's plays and like things like that, so I don't really get popular stuff. Sometimes that'll break through, like the Danish Deception, Sean Combs The Reckoning, Who the F Did I Marry, who was another one, the whole Taylor Swift debacle, awful. But other than that, I don't have my finger on the pulse of things. So so one thing I want is like for commenters to go, hey, react to this, or what do you think about this, and things like that. And that would help me out so much, because I'm like, I don't know, like a lot of the time I'm just playing games that I want to play, or reacting to videos that I happen to see, or talk about like serious matters like racism, what's going on in the US in 2025, sexism, colorism, and all that stuff. Like, and yeah, I'm sure people are like, oh God, he's so political. But it's like, I was born a politic talking point, okay? Like, I don't have the luxury of being uninformed. When it comes to politics, I have to be deeply informed, because it's my livelihood. Not only as, a Black VTuber living in, America, but also in queer spaces and things like that. I don't know if I'm still figuring things out. I'm figuring stuff out. But yeah, so I have to keep my finger on the pulse, and sometimes I can get like political and do that. But I think the problem with YouTube is that it's so easy for people to slide into like, the right-wing pipeline. And I feel like YouTube's problem is that it doesn't feel skewered towards like I'll ask a question. Does the left wing have a pipeline? I'll answer that question. It doesn't. And it needs to. Why do I say that? Because common sense has failed. Common sense has failed. Like, when I was younger, I feel like I was lied to. Like, when I was younger, like in school, they would say you have to be honorable. You have to be, friendly to everybody. You have to treat everybody how they want to be treated. And then, as a Christian growing up, I was taught, how to be a good person. Like, and I don't think you could be taught that. You just have to understand. Like, you have to have the basic empathy to be a good person. Like, you have to be willing, like, to put yourself out there as a nice person. Like, you don't really need the Bible to tell you that, but it's nice to have like that enforcement, like that reinforcement. Like, yeah, you're doing a good thing. By being a nice, empathetic person, you're aligning with, what's in the Bible. So, because even without the Bible, because I was, an atheist, or I would say I lost my faith for a few years. It didn't change who I was. It just changed what I believed in. Because you could still be a nice, kind, honorable person with or without the Bible, I feel. It's just nice to have something that aligns with your faith, that already aligns with your personality. That's how I feel about it, at least. And it feels like all that is a lie, because you watch constant people coming on YouTube, Twitch, or God forbid, Kick, or, real life. And you just realize a lot of these people are like utter scumbags. they're awful, awful people. Like there's and people defend these awful people for reasons I know, like, I know for some reasons it's like, hey, they believe what I believe. Like if they believe that, everybody but, white Americans are inferior, then that's the person I side with. And it's like, or it'd be like, oh, men are stronger, smarter, better than women, or, gays shouldn't have any rights, they shouldn't even exist. It's stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, it seems like it's so easy for people to fall into that trap, not knowing how much they can lose. Because at the end of the day, common sense should dictate, like, no, men and women can do the same thing. No, one race is better than any others. We're all just people. You would believe that, that would shine through. But no, it doesn't. Common sense has failed. So it's like there needs to be like a voice that still believes in, treating people with respect. On that vein, people that treat people like that, because I feel like it's the paradox of tolerance, right? Like, I have to be tolerant of your intolerance. The one thing that often that people don't understand is that no, you don't have to be tolerant of their tolerance. I believe in the ability of believe whatever you want, but if it harms somebody, if it hurts somebody, then no, you need to get bullied. You need to get completely bullied. You need to be bullied so bad. Like, you know why all these AI and tech bros, do you know why they're around? Because either they didn't get bullied enough, or the bullying did not offset their mommy issues. And yeah, that's how I feel. Because these guys that are destroying everything, they're just the most uncharismatic, void of life, blank-faced, ugly. And I mean ugly. Like, you could have people that are ugly but be super charismatic and super cool and stuff like that, or super funny and things like that. But these people have nothing. They are horrendous. Like, I've never seen our world be taken over by a bunch of untalented hacks. Like, watching the P. Diddy documentary that 50 Cent made, that habitual line stepper and asshole 50 Cent made. And yeah, I can say that he did a good job while also saying, no, he's still an asshole. He went to bankrupt just to not pay child support. And that's like the least. Like, he also has some DV allegations. So it's like, yeah, it's just one asshole fighting another. The girlies are fighting. And yeah, we win because we get new information on one asshole. But if another asshole's reporting on it, it's just, he's less of an asshole that day, but he's still an asshole. Anyway, I watched that P. Diddy documentary, and it was basically, and his whole come up is literally the same thing that you can say about every tech bro, every billionaire that exists. All they do is take the talent of other people, steal from those people to enrich themselves. That's all it is. They take from talented people. It's like they take the other people can have talent. They can have all the talent in the world. And all, these scum suckers do is they use that to enrich themselves. They don't even give the money. Like, when I found out that one of P. Diddy's rappers, not Maze, Maze is one of them. Maze is one of them. But when P. Diddy, shit, I'm losing my train of thought. This happens sometimes. Where was I? Oh yeah, so like Maze, for example. I loved Maze growing up. Like he did that duet with Mariah Carey. He did Guess Who's Back? Guess Who's Back? Like He's a Bad Boy Gone Clean. Like I loved Maze when I was younger. And I still like his music today. But like P. Diddy did him so dirty. He stole, he basically bought the rights to all of Maze's stuff. So he couldn't like strike out on his own. And he was so toxic that Maze is no longer in the music industry. And it sucks because Maze is a talented not actor. It's a talented rapper. But then go from beyond that. Like I can't remember his name at the moment, but there's another rapper that like barely had 50 cents to his name. And he asks P. Diddy to like lend him some money so he can go do a set somewhere else. And P. Diddy pulls out a large roll of money. Like all P. Diddy did was just absorb. And he didn't have any talent of his own. And here's the thing. I love more money, more problems. But again, he was carried by someone else. That's what P. Diddy did. He was carried to his success. And that's all what millionaires and billionaires do. They're carried by the success of people under them. That's it. That's all there is to it. That's literally all there is to it. And then we're supposed to sit here, like us people that are not millionaires, we're supposed to sit here and be like, yeah, those guys are, you know, ordained by God. No. Like, I will say this, for basketball players, for actors, for football players, people that put their body in a line and like have legitimate talent, people that are willing to bet on themselves and become millionaires, I have no problem with them. They put, like LeBron James, for example, he went out there and balled. He put his physical body, like he showed his physical prowess and power on the court, day in, day out. And he deserved that. Like a singer, they're destroying their vocal cords day in and day out. They deserve their fame. Actors, I mean, acting is such a weird one because it's just like you're lying on camera. like I wonder who was the one that went, no, I'm just gonna lie to people and say that I'm something that I'm not, and they're gonna know that I'm lying, but I'm gonna make the lie so good that they won't that they can't help but give me money for my lying skills. Like, and I know that's very like reductionist, but it's still funny to me. It's like that Ryan George guy. Yeah, Ryan George. Like, he's somebody that's very, very funny. I like his stuff. And if he becomes like a millionaire off of that, hell yeah. Markiplier, you know, he got rich off of, you know, his humor and his well-timed jokes. Those people that get rich off their own merits are good. Billionaires, they never did. And we need to stop like putting them on the pedestal that we are, because they're actually like ruining our planet and ruining our lives. Like, it's actually crazy how we're just letting it happen. But yeah, I think that's like 30 minutes of me yapping. That's 30 minutes of me yapping. So like I said, this is a test for my YouTube to see where it's sitting, what it's doing, and things like that. And I hope that you guys enjoyed my yapping, knowing that this is a test or not. You know, you gotta put the algorithm through its paces. But this has been Saturn J Blues, and I'll see you guys amongst the stars. Ciao, ciao. No, that's Raora. Ciao.